Welcome to the Corner Bird Studio live stream. I'll be working on adjusting my mic. I'll be working on sculpting the defect today, and if I have the time, then I'll work on because this is just a base mesh right now for Regent. So if I have time, then I will keep going with this one. So in the previous stream, I was creating the base mesh for Regent with tubes, like all these tubes from Nomad Sculpt. But it's like there's only this much they can do with tubes. I can see the edges here. They kind of need more work, so I'll work on that if I have time. I was thinking that I kind of want to work on finishing all the characters first, and then I will feel like kind of peace of mind that all the characters are done. And as always, if you have any Nomad Sculpt questions or any 3D sculpting questions that you want to ask, please feel free to ask me and I'll help out the best I can. But oh god, I'm like, and so it's like same old, like I'm just so tired as usual. But I was kind of feeling like my tiredness is not really, doesn't really make sense. But then thinking back of the different things I've done so far this month or last month, like in terms of, because I do like bouldering and running and pull-ups every day. So in terms of like the level at where my physical activity is right now, I think it totally makes sense like why I'm so tired recently all the time. But I think in terms of like just pure strength alone, like I've managed to go up from I think kind of like 6 pull-ups at one go to 10 pull-ups. So that's a big accomplishment. Yeah, so I'm just like, it's alright for me to be tired. I'm working very hard to accomplish my goals. And then in terms of bouldering, like my boyfriend and I just did like our first level 6 at the gym. Like just for context, like at our gym there's like level 0 to I guess level 9 or 10. I'm not really sure what the maximum is, which is really damn like difficult. But yeah, we just finished like our first level 6 like just 2 days ago. Yeah, I feel like there's so many things to talk about with that. Like I want to show like the climb that I did and like the different adjustments I did and like what goes on behind it to get to that point. But then at the same time, I don't really have much time to do the defect sculpt, so I'm going to work on the defect sculpt. But yeah, it's always so interesting like to talk about these things. Let me see. But yeah, my tiredness is very justified. So I'm just going to chill out. Oh my god, so annoying. iPad OS always annoys me every day. But yeah, I'm just gonna do my best. And yeah, again, if you have any questions regarding 3D sculpting or Nomad Sculpt, please ask away. And I was kind of thinking, I don't have the reference here, so my references for this latest Spire 2 characters is on my PC right now. I think for today, I think I've already showed you the type of references I got for Regent. So for Defect, it's the same thing. I'm just compiled all the different card designs and I just cropped it down to his face. And I'm thinking, like, do I start from a quad sphere or a box? So I'm thinking maybe the idea that I have in mind to, you know what, maybe it's not. Maybe I do start with a box. Probably make it. I feel like Defect has like quite a bit of thickness to him. But it's like, I think I realized with Macro Binder, there's so much, like, I had so much trouble doing her scalp. So I did this off stream, and I had so much trouble with her. I feel like this is too. I had so much trouble with her head sculpt because I realized that the proportions of her facial features, I'm not sure whether I made it worse. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, the proportion. Maybe I should do this. So, learning point of this stream. You can like use dynamic topology to drag around new points like this. This is kind of cool. Although that means that I kind of need to bring it around at other places. Something like this. I can always work on this a lot more once everything else is done. So for Necrobinder's flames, this, yeah, actually that's pretty nice. Not bad at all. That looks cute. So it's made out of different, 3 different geometries. One is this opaque dark one layered with this one. So they just like duplicated geometries, and I just adjusted different layers so that they look pretty good from the front view like this. From the side view, kind of looks like shit, but then like doesn't really matter because the main thing is this front view here. Actually, not sure whether or not I should. Bring her up a little bit like this. the main thing is to make sure that her skull is covered by her flames at certain angles like this. I think that's good. Let's not distract myself. I keep getting distracted. So for Defect, I think what I would do. Oh yeah, almost forgot. So like with Necrobinder, I realized that the skulls, like the very tiny proportions, like different details, they all look so different from different cards. Then with the Defect is the same. Regent also is the same problem, which I didn't realize until I wanted to sculpt them properly. But yep, with Defect same. Almost every card he looks like just a little bit different. Makes it difficult for me to decide like which ones do I want to follow. Arrange my refs a bit, and arranging my refs so that it fits the screen. So I think I'll probably choose like the basic Defend card for a region. I think that shape is pretty nice, I think. So I'm just gonna follow the Defend card a little bit. Actually, maybe I can. Can I? Oh yeah, this one, this Defend card one. I think this is Defend. So yeah, going to turn this off, and I'll just do my best. Maybe I'll just do it like this. And then from the front view, so the idea is that I'm going to use a box and then trim down to this shape. It feels quite hard. She makes me think that he's not really a square, maybe he's a rectangle or something. Or maybe what I can do would be use these as a guideline. So if I draw it out like this, and if I do this, then I should be able to create ta-da! And then I can use this for his eyes. And it's done. I can stop the stream now. It's really done. Oh, this was so easy. And then I'll probably trim this down even more. Just rounding it as much as I can. I guess I didn't realize like how big his eyeball is relative to his face. Then I can call this something like this. feel like it's so refreshing to do something so simple. The macropad one was like driving me nuts a bit. Let me see. So for now, because I want to do my brush strokes to affect like both sides, then I can turn on the Z symmetry too. Then this way. If I do this, then it will touch on the back too. Probably the look that I like the most. Let me see. I'm just not sure like whether or not I like this proportions the most. Probably not really sure why I can't paint on this. Huh. It seems like that was a new bug that I discovered. So many bugs all the time. I think what I was doing was I'm trying to create the the different paint layers. I'm not sure whether I want the last layer to be black, but it might create a nice effect maybe. And then as I'm building up the different layers, I'm just choosing a brighter and brighter shade. Something like this. I'll probably have 2 layers. I'm just thinking like how many layers do I want? Maybe I'll just do 2 layers. I'm not sure I can maybe just do 1 layer. Let me think. No, Rob 3D Design. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I think I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the eyeballs, but I think in the end I just end up using 2 layers after all. I don't know whether or not it's like this is the actually this is quite cute. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Feel like once in a while I somehow encounter like happy accidents like this. Gives me new ideas of what I want to do for future stuff. And that's cool. Huh. Maybe if I no, that's cool. Maybe there's something to think about if I ever need that kind of look. I think probably what's left is trying to make this look a lot better because right now it's lacking. So there's a cut in say the Spire, the Defect card called Momentum Strike, is it? Or Monument Strike? I think the look of that one the rendering on that one I think looks very nice to me. So I think I'll use that as the base reference. Although when I draw my sculpts pixelated, I need to increase the density where I draw. Yeah, if you're using the like subdivisions, then yeah, you do need to like bump up the subdivision quite a lot. I think this one is like 7. Oh my god, can you I think this one is 7 at the multi-resolution level. So it's you can still see like the cubes here, but it's not too bad. Sometimes with the dynamic topology, you can kind of like you can use the paint with dynamic topology, so that the one that you really need the details in, like you can bump up the resolution. But I don't really do that, I think. Sometimes you can also smudge out the paint strokes so that it'll be a little bit more blur, but then it will help to reduce the polygonal look. Hello Hidemito Kita. Hidemito Kita. Thank you for tuning in, and yes, I know it's so cute. Let me see. I'm trying to let me think about how I want to paint this dude. because the sculpt is relatively simple, I'm thinking of increasing the kind of like faking the detail by painting like all these different colors, something like this. And sometimes they can have this like really bright highlight thing going on. Maybe I feel like it might be a bit too yellow. Maybe something a bit whiter would be nice. So going to, is this called beveling? I just bevel the edges a bit, and then I'll paint in the highlights. Now it's looking more like a cookie. So probably going to paint in the highlights after this. I'm just trying to create more planes, like plane changes around. Though I think this is a bit too much. You love Defect. Oh, wow, congrats. I'm still stuck at A19. I just finished Ironclad and who's that? Ironclad and Silent Ascension 9. like yesterday night and the night before. And honestly, like I don't really know how I beat it. Like I was doing like the doll maker with ironclad and some half-baked like vulnerable deck or something. Like I had to restart like 2 times because I was gonna die. But then the last time oh my god, this is so, I need to make sure that it's not so slanted like this. But the last time that I did it, somehow I managed to like beat it with like 4 health or something. I was pretty lucky. But like the jump from Ascension 8 to Ascension 9 is like it's so brutal. And I wish that I have more time to play it too. I guess I've been spending a lot of time playing it. Like too much time. It's also the reason why I'm doing this latest Spire 2 Sculpt, because I'm gonna make a video of it. I've done like every single one of them, and through the experiences of making the different videos and gaining that experience, then I came up with this particular one. Like even right now I'm recording this sculpt so that I can use it for the video. I feel like this paint is not really going as planned. Okay, this is a nice color. I just need to I feel like Defect has so many of these, like a few of the cards of Defect has this magenta color, like the background of the flag cannon. My god, I love the flag cannon the build so much. So yeah, like there's these colors going on with 3 of the cards. I think I'll just bring it up. This one, like this card, I think that's like my favorite card so far because I keep winning. I can only win with this card. I wish I can win with like some dark orb thing, but then I always don't know how to use the like that orb synergy. Where is, but yeah, this is the one that I'm looking at. I think, wait, let me see. Oh, it's all for one. Wait, then which one is? Oh, it's this one. Oh, I see. Oh, I like this card too. Okay, anyway, I'm referencing this one when I'm looking at the way that I'm coloring this, but I'm also just getting some inspiration from all the different cards. I think the Frost card, wait, is it Frost? The one that is channel 1 Frost orb and draw 1 card. I think that one's pretty good too. Like it's nice that it has this let me show you. You see this blue highlight thing going on? So I'm just like getting inspiration for the different colors around. And then once I choose the color that I want, so like in this case, the highlights is this light blue thing from the frost cut. I guess I'll just put it this one. So you can see like this not sure like can you see the mouse, like this highlight over here. And the nice thing about this is that it coincides with the light blue, like accidental luck on the eyeball, so it kind of like ties everything together like this. Although I feel like it's probably more this. You know what? Maybe maybe it should be more this side instead. Just so that it aligns with the eyeballs better. I guess the plan also is to paint all the different characters this way, like this stylized, more I don't know what this is called. But I will do all those after I'm done with the Regent sculpt. Just for Defect, like it's the Defect sculpt is so like simple shape that I'm like I need to do something so that he doesn't really look too like shabby in the sense. So I'm creating the look of like this reflective metal look by layering all these like shadows and lights. So I'm overlaying the shadows first like this, just maybe a bit brighter. Just overlaying these darker tones in various shades. This is something that I learned from doing more digital painting. I don't really know what my process is, so I can't really tell you like what I'm trying to do. But it's just trying to think of the I'll eventually make a video. I want to make a video about how I finally understood how to choose colors and stuff. Because I feel like it was like really a mind-opening important part of my journey to finally learn how to use colors and stuff. But essentially Defect, the base color of Defect is this orange, yellow orange tone. So when I try to think about the shadows and stuff, I try to go like a little bit more to the cooler sides. And then for choosing like this highlight color is based on the what's that thing called? One of the color references. But then at the same time, I'm also thinking about what this color is, this blue color eyeball, and not straying too far from that for the highlight colors. So like the blue of the eyeball is more like purple blue, and then the highlights of these things will be more greenish blue, if that makes sense. But also like not too green, because if it's too green, let me just show you like this. Like a little bit is nice. Having a little bit of these color variation will be very nice. But if I go too like too green, like the actually it looks not too bad. You see, that's the thing. I can't. I don't understand my process yet. But it is starting to look a little bit messy. So I'll just do a little bit. So with this, I'm just like putting the way that I think about colors now is a little bit straightforward, which is do I want to add, when I'm working on this area, for example, do I want to add more blues, more yellow, or more reds? So that was what I was doing. I was adding like more this greenish yellow at places where I think we'll need a little bit of that yellow color. So over here I'm feeling like I want a little bit more red, a darker red like this. Then over here also I want a reddish tone, although it should be more of like an orange tone. Hello Azardian Wolf. This is Nomad Sculpt. It's on the iPad and the Android Play Store, I think. I don't have Android, so I'm not sure. And I think there's a PC version coming out in time, but I'm always doing this and I'm always working on my iPad Nomad Sculpt, so I'm not up to date with all the other different ones. Then something like this right now, it looks a little bit dull, I guess. So with this one I would probably, oops, not that, add like this orange saturation. So main thing would be when I see something that I like. So in this case, I like the way that there's this darker edge over here, and I'm just trying to transfer it over to this portion here. I'm also trying to trying to mirror like these edges over here too. So I like this color over here. So I want to try and at least mirror that over to this. Something like this. And do the same over here. And it's just missing this dark shadow color at the corner. And this pink. Yeah, this is quite nice. So that's probably all that I need to do. Just thinking about like which one do I want, where do I want the shadows to be, because then it'll create this this metallic look, even though it's a very flat it's like, even though it's a very flat design like this, and I should correct these things. But with the paint and all these edge details, then it brings out a lot of that. It brings out a lot of the different, I guess like little details on this. I think the only thing missing now would probably be like the scratches and stuff. I'm just not really sure. Oh, he has a cut. So he has a cut over here. Okay. Where is... no, I don't want face group. Actually, a face group makes him look like... the face group makes him look like this one. The hot fix. Okay, trim. So I'll trim at the front view of this sculpt. And he has a cut on the left side. Oh, is it the right? It seems like something they put it on the right, something they put it on the left. You see the kind of inconsistencies I have to work with. So probably I'll probably, how do I cut this? choose like one the distance down and just cut this up. Same thing on the right side. Although maybe on the like non-front view will be better, because like, let me show you, like if I cut like this, then it will create like this uneven cut, which I think looks a lot better. So I'm kind of like, if I'm looking at this at the front view, I'm kind of rotating it a little bit so that from the, when I'm cutting through this, I'm kind of like I'm cutting away this portion right here, because just now I was thinking that when I did the front view, that it just cut through like symmetrically the whole way through, whereas I prefer something like this, but like the front is a little bit different from the way that the back looks. So I'm going to do the same. Something like this. I think that looks quite cute. And then just use the dynamic topology to make this look more integrated. Something like this. And then I can use my default texture brush. Let me see which ones. Seems like there's a cut somewhere at the top. There, something like this. You see this? Just makes it look more organic. I'm just adding some stuff here and there. Because this one's too much. I can also use the crease brush to create these things. Then the planner tool to create these kinds of things. Where else should I put it? Actually, I'm not really sure about that one. Did the head sculpt while images were rendering? Yeah. Like increasing the resolution is always makes it look a lot less like low poly. I think I also realized that now that we have Blender, like it's become easy to just render things slowly at home, that I haven't really cared about the resolution of sculpts. But I also don't animate things, so I think that's going to, like, if I want to animate stuff, then that's when I really have to think about like optimizing the mesh. But because I don't need to think about it. Because I like how it looks when it's sculpt with eyes closed. I think something worth to look for in the when it comes to the eyes is that eventually you might want to start. I know people who like to animate their sculpts, and usually the main objective they want to animate is like the blinking of eyes. So when you want to make the eye blink, you have to start thinking about like, how do I do this? Maybe like this. But you have to start thinking about the geometry of the, like the topology of the eyelid. And start to detail the eyes, it gets worse. Where the eye part is detailed. Yeah. I think that's why like it's just easier to keep the eyeball separate from, like, even for something like this, like there are I can also sculpt this whole thing with the eyeball together with the whole head, but then it's just gonna make my life difficult to do that, so I don't. I'm just going to add this little bit here something like this, and then I'll paint this. But it's also why, like, when you do Asian details with like Asian eyes versus the Western features, it's kind of like easier to do the Western features where like that's the deep ridges, which is like the Greek sculptures. Like they all have like the deep like imagine this is the eye. They all have like this, like this is the nose, and then this is like the eyebrows, and then the eye is like housed inside this deep crevice with the upper eyelid like this and the lower eyelid. And then when you want to animate this thing, you have to create even more topology here. You have to create a lot of topology here so that the eyelid closes properly like this. Because the lower eyelid doesn't go up to close the eyes, like the upper eyelid goes down over the eyeball. From the side view, it looks like this. So this is the eyebrows, then this is the like the eyeball inside, and this is the eyelashes. And then when you open the eyes, then this is where the eyeball is, and then this is where the eyelid will be when it opens. But like having all these exaggerated features, like it's a lot easier to it's a lot easier to see like where you're supposed to put like the crease of the eyeball and all that things. I mean the eyelids. So I can probably work on the Regent very soon. I'm just trying to create all these like crevices so that the defect is ready for Ascension 10. Maybe I want this to be more of a small one. And then the final bit would just be to match up my paint a little closer to the new, like all these new things. And kind of faking like this highlight hitting against the edges of the edges of the scratch marks like this. think over here too, just emphasize this a little bit. Which I can also do here, just so that it brings up this bright color here. Can do it for all the different ears. So this way it will highlight the, like, to make something bright you have to make other areas darker. So this way I'm just making the bright areas look more distinct by making the darker areas darker. Because I think the bright areas are already like bright enough, so then I can't go any darker than that. Just something like this. I'm not really sure if I want to maybe this is enough. Then one last one. See, like just a little bit like that creates this kind of different facets of a very simplified form. And the sculpt is done. So I haven't played the Spire. Yeah, it's really like a butter cookie. And in like the Spire too, you have these things called relics, which gives some buffs. And one of the relics that you can get is like the yummy cookies, which upgrades your cards. So yeah. Like his yummy cookie I think has like all these rainbow sprinkles on it. It's very cute. I think the only thing I'm left with is this like I know that he has a little bit of a curve, I think, just based on all the, it's like some of them they look really flat and some of them they look like he curves a bit, so I'm just gonna make him curve a little bit. So using the X symmetry, I will use the drag tool to curve him a bit like this. And I think this way it gives like a very cute rounded form. Maybe I can exaggerate it a bit more. And that is the defect done. That looks so pretty. I'm just gonna record this for the video. Actually, maybe I can. my god, so cute. Yes. Yeah. They're so cute. Okay, so this is done. I think I can improve it like by 5% just by painting in some like rough areas. Something like this. I think. Just a very tiny bit. I don't know whether it made it any better, but okay, now I can work on the region. Regions here. I'm not really sure whether or not I can finish this in the stream. My main idea would be to validate so I can clone this just as kind of like a backup. Just in case something messes up, I think. But most likely it's not going to. And then I will validate. Should I validate everything? I guess I can validate everything. Oh man. The validate button is like hidden. It's gonna validate everything. Then with this, wait, these are the old ones. Okay. Sorry, why there was a duplicate. So this is the final base. And with this I can use dynamic topology. Let's set it to maybe 160. and just work on fixing the areas that I couldn't with just the default. Which I think maybe 100 is good enough. Actually, that's quite cool. Because like in some way I don't really have to like stick to, I guess like I can add my own flat to it, I guess. Actually, this is cool. You know what? I'm gonna keep that. I was thinking of doing something similar with Defect. It's just that I was quite focused on just finishing his base sculpt first. I think even with the Regents, like on the day when I was working on his sculpt, like all I can think about was the proportions of his, of like how he's supposed to look like. But now that the base is done, I can think about all these like tiny adjustments. The main thing I want to do is to remove all these polygons. To do that, I just need to smooth them out a bit. And then fix up the corners like this. Which I can do now with the dynamic topology. Then use the inflate brush to just fill up some of these holes, or just drag things around to cover up the holes. just need to know which one to follow. Probably so I guess I need to make this a lot thicker like this. But at this point it's just like doing the usual things that I usually do, which is to add all these little like bits turning here and there. Why is this one sharp? And then I think this one I have to turn it around like this. Wait, if I'm working on Regent, I need to change this. Forgot to do this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and thanks for coming in, Rock 3D Design. I'm glad that you have fun with this. I also have a lot of fun just hanging out with people who like to do art. But yeah, it's very croissant. I think this will be the last. I think this might be the last stream that I'll do in a while, because I'm gonna focus on the video, making the video and editing it, and I want to put like a solid effort on it. Like, I'm always doing things that I find like too difficult for myself, so I guess I also feel like a lot of the things that I do is like other people can do it better, as in people who are good at video editing and all that stuff can do better, which kind of like makes me stop, like makes it hard for me to do video editing. But I try my best to overcome those kind of thoughts and just work on doing things instead of like ruminating on them. But yeah, videos are difficult for me, so I will kind of like just try to focus on that, and then when I'm done with it, then I will come back and live stream something else. Trying to create like this very organic ridges over here, and it helps that they're all separate, because that helps to maintain the crevices between them. This one. This one's quite small for some reason. So maybe I make this one smaller. Okay, let's smooth out the remaining pieces. I'm not really sure what I want to do with this one. I want to do it like this. I'm not really sure. Probably this one will kind of wrap itself around. Which one is this? Trying to add a little bit of corner bit flare to this. I'm just thinking about how to balance it out. There's probably one more before I go. I feel like with these kind of things, it's like trying to balance out the different proportions that takes some quite a bit of time. I'm just feeling out the balance between the left and the right side. I mean the top and the bottom too. I can also use the flatten a brush to create these kinds of like plane changes. I think it's probably good enough now. Just need to fix the different angles. Surprisingly, the top view is surprisingly they're fine. Now this is cool. Maybe this one. choosing between going this way or going this way. It's always so fun to do something like this. Just like giving my own creative input, I guess. Just one more before I go, because I think these areas are good. To match up to this one, I will just use the crease brush to create like these what's this called? This design. That's looking so pretty. Oh wait, I think that's too much. And hello Manjusha. I think I remember seeing your profile picture before. Like I was thinking in my mind, like, have I seen you before I saw your message? Welcome back to the stream. Oh yeah, the one with your voice is different from usual. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I changed anything. I do feel like I'm subconsciously doing something. So but I don't know what is going on. Let me see. But yeah, I hope that your shoulder is good now. You know, I've been training right now with bouldering. I'm doing a lot more of mantling moves because like around level 5 and level 6 you'll start seeing moves where like the first level 6 that I did in the gym, there's this move where you have to mantle up, hold this, and then the leg has to switch from the leg kind of like has to switch from I don't know what it's becoming an octopus to do this while holding the mantle. And there's like a few moves also that no, like your voice become more deep. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm not really sure like what I did. I don't think I changed the mic, but I do feel though like last time, which is also why I've been trying to adjust the way that my voice is that it kind of like hurts. And I don't know why, but like my voice hurts my throat. It's so stupid, but like talking hurts my throat or something. So I've been trying to adjust, like see what my so-called like natural voice is at, and so far the way that I'm talking right now doesn't hurt anything, and also doesn't really like what's the thing called, it just doesn't strain my throat as much. So yeah, I hope that my voice is better now. If it got worse, then I can't help it. My voice is not my strongest suit. And a tiny pinky toe. Oh no. How do you put screw in and then remove? How did you fracture your pinky toe? I'm curious. But I'm glad that it's better now. Oh, but yeah, so like with the mantling moves, like I'm feeling it a lot in the imbalance in my shoulders, especially my left shoulder, where it comes to like this press move. Like when I try to do dips, right now, like for dips, you see like my wrist is not that flexible. Like average I guess should be here, but I'm here right now, and then it really gets in the way of dips. But the other thing that gets in the way of dips is my left shoulder. I think my side delts or something is, or maybe my rotator is quite inflexible in the internal rotation. So yeah. But I am getting stronger in my shoulders. I can really feel it. But it will take time. It will take time for the shoulder to get strong enough to not feel so weak. Let me fix up the side view. Oh, there's all these holes. Not sure that I should make this gap a bit higher up like this. tried doing a backflip. Wow. I didn't think that yeah, I guess I wouldn't think that the tiny pinky toe would be affected by, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah. But it's cool that you're trying to learn how. I'm not sure whether you know how to do a backflip, but if you are trying to learn it, oh, that's really cool. I feel like that might be like maybe one of my life goals, but I'm not really sure. I walked past like this adult gymnastics is it like school or something? But there's a I don't know what is it called? There's like a gym that focuses on adult gymnastics, and then I walked past it one of the nights, and then I saw a girl like running towards the instructor, and then the instructor like held his arm out so that she can like pivot around his arm to do a backflip. I was like, wow, that's so cool. Like these people learning how to do backflips as an adult. The open laptop. It's the most shitty software, really. No, we should give Blender a chance. Let me add one more of this. I'm just not sure which one I should. This one or this one? Maybe this one. Is that good? Like I just did this off pure chance, and I guess is this the missing piece that I want? I can't touch the screen, it's all just mouse control. Yeah. Oh, but Blender is going to make iPad version soon. Actually, I'm not really sure. I keep forgetting that that's a thing that's happening. I'm just trying to. I feel like as things build up, the last few pieces that I want to add to complete everything is like the hardest bit to decide on. But it's taking a while. Because I think this one is too. It's too Oh, this looks amazing. Yes, it is. Thank you. Right, this is Slay the Spire. But you know the nice thing about having a laptop instead of an iPad is they can play Slay the Spire 2. You can't play Slay the Spire 2 on the iPad yet. You can play Slay the Spire 1 on the iPad. And I think that's done. Yeah, I have to go ready. Let me just tie up the loose ends. I guess the back doesn't really matter. As long as this part, like here to here, looks good. And I'm just going to quickly do this paint to show you what it will look like when the paint is better. I can add a little bit of, see, like this rim. So I'm going to do something like this with some dark shadows like this. With a little bit of this there's some cards where there's like this really strong yellow outline. I'm just not sure which direction it is, but it's something like this. I sure feel like it's quite difficult. Wait. So probably what I would do would be to (10/10? Yeah, 10/10. If I do this, you know, recently there's been like like competitive boulders who like fracture their there was a dude who like fractured his like one of the bones on near the ankle, but it's like on the foot, from jumping down onto, like, I'm not sure whether it's like a dino onto like a foothold. So I'm not sure whether it's like a slab climb, which is like a lot of feet climbing, or it's a dino and then landing on the foot, and then he fractured his landing on like a hole, and then he fractured his foot there. And then I was like, oh, so you can fracture your foot like that too. So many ways to fracture your feet. So I'll probably do something like this, and I will do this off stream because I have to go, by just giving whoever watching this an an idea of what. I mean, this will all be shown in the video that I'm gonna make, but the video is not gonna come out anytime soon. So something like this, and then I will color this like things that I can't really get this very saturated. Maybe I can if I change the material like this, I guess. And then I can adjust it the same way that I did the Necrobinder sculpt. Because I feel like there's some, oh my god, can you stop, iPad? There's some things that, where is it? That you can't really do with painting alone. So with this one, it's just adding the additive material over here, and then it will react with, it will kind of shine a little bit more with the light shining on it, plus the post-process, with the post-process bloom. You can see this is before and this is after. Yeah, many things that you can kind of like hack away, even with the limitations of like not having so many things. I think with ZBrush, with the little bit that I dabbled in, there's so many different like lighting system, or and then you can use, I forgot what the name is. Is it V-Ray? Like, does V-Ray still exist? But you can, I forgot the name of the rendering engines, but you can use all these external render engines that is probably integrated with ZBrush to do a lot of different cool lighting systems. But I feel like with Nomad Sculpt, like there's all these things that we can do to just, yeah, just like do things a little bit. It's a little bit slow, but then a little bit slow, but not too bad. Hey, they're all here. I'm going to put this cookie at the back, and I'll work on this a little bit more next time. Yeah, I'm glad that I could show the process for Defect, which is like the simplest out of the 5, and just how I made this cool looking thing in my own style. So yeah, thank you for tuning into the stream, and Manjusha, I hope that you can get that backflip without breaking your toe in the future. And I'm like trying to train up to do a cartwheel. I'm hoping that I can do a cartwheel this year. And yeah, I hope that I don't, I guess like my biggest fear for cartwheel would be like my wrist flexibility, but I'll work up to that, especially with like all the mantling moves and stuff. Like it really targets this like forearm inflexibility that I have. So hopefully at the end of this year I'll get like average. You can see it's so bad. Like this is a lot better. You see this, at least this one's like a little bit like 90 degrees. This one is like I can't get to 90 degrees like pushing this. I'm just going to, yay. I'm not sure when I will next stream, but I hope that you enjoy this. I'm good with toe. Yeah, Good luck with the backflip. I hope that you enjoy your day too. I will end. Why is this so fast? You know what? Let me just end it with I my god, looks so good. I'll end it here. I'll see you guys in the next one.